What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode we're gonna keep on working on the Mazdaspeed right here, and I got all the standalone ECU with the wire harness. I got everything in the mail, so today's the day we're gonna do some wiring. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so inside this box right here we got everything we need. Let's open it up right now. So the first thing we got here is all the little icons we can use for the switch panel. Here's the wiring harness. It's a flying lead harness, which means the ends are not terminated. We're gonna have to add all the plugs that connect to the sensors. USB cable. This is a panel that those stickers get glued to them. It's 8 buttons, but each one of those has 3 functions. So it's a lot of functions we can add to it. And this gets connected to the ECU with a CAN bus, so we don't have to do any wiring for this. The ECU controls what this does, so that's pretty cool. Then right here, this is the brand, by the way, Emtron. Huge shout out to them for helping out the build. The product is freaking amazing, and as you can see, it's from Australia. Now they don't have a harness that works with our platform, so this is pretty much just gonna be like a custom install. That's why I'm deleting the direct injection and just using port injection. Even though these can do both, it gets a little tricky, so we're just gonna do direct injection. This is the ECU, the Emtron KV8. This is pretty much the top of the line, really good ECU. It's pretty much on par with Motec in a lot of aspects, so not cheap. So that's that. And then in here we got another box, and on here we got our digital display. So this is gonna sit inside where my speedometer and tag used to go. We're gonna mount this guy, and that's the wiring for it. So yeah guys, super excited for this. I hope all this works out at the end. Again, this has never been done before, other than with the Motec stuff that Justin Fricktune has been doing that. And so yeah, I'm just gonna try this out and see how it goes. Wish me luck. So the first thing I wanna check on here is this guy. Obviously the screen doesn't fit here because we got all this in the way. So what I want to do is I want to take it apart and see if I can just use, let me see how I can show this. So I just want to use from this line back. Just want to use pretty much this HUD cover here and see if I can probably make some bracket for the back for that thing to sit on. Maybe make it out of carbon fiber, something nice. Alright, so this is what I got left from there. I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I don't want to cut it. I don't want to cut this piece, and it's probably not gonna make it look any better if I cut it. So I'm gonna have to make my own thing here. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna cut this shape out of aluminum. See if I can glue it to the back of these, make it flat, add the mounting tabs that the white plastic here has. These two and the two in the back in aluminum, and then see what I can do out of carbon fiber. Probably wrap the whole thing with carbon, and that'll make it steady, and then do the holes for the digital dash to mount into. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. So I'll see how that goes. Alright, so here's what we got in the back. Put this little thing right here. This will give it some rigidity, you know, prevent it from being on flimsy. So I guess I can go ahead and glue the plastic part to these over here. I'm gonna panel bond it. Right, clean up some of these edges in the front, and once that's done, I can go ahead and throw some carbon fiber over the whole thing, pretty much finishing up the whole thing. So that's the plan. Hopefully it comes out right. Actually, I gotta add two more. I gotta add two more tabs on here. There are two coming out of the bottom that bolt onto the dash. So I'm gonna add those two now. I have it wrapped in carbon fiber mat. It's in place with some spray on adhesive, just to get it to sit where it needs to go. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting some resin on it. Alright, next up we got the ECU mount. So this is a new one, and this is the OEM. So this guy, hopefully I don't have to use it anymore. So I'm gonna get it off the mount here and find a solution for this guy, because it doesn't have any mounting tabs, no threaded holes, no nothing. So it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to get it to sit in there. Alright, looking at it from the top here with the new ECU in place, it looks like I just gotta have some sort of C shape. Come on, camera, freaking Jesus Christ. Dude, are you serious? Dude. Alright, as I was saying before the camera went crazy on me, it looks like I just need a C-shape plate here, right? Something that would clamp down in here and it will put some pressure on it. Maybe I have it come across, or maybe just the two edges. I don't know, but it's gonna have to have some type of rubber insulation here, just that if there's any vibration, it doesn't eat up on that. I think it's aluminum. So it should be pretty simple. So we're just gonna get to work on that. there you have it. That thing came out super solid. It's not going anywhere. Super tight on there. And that a little rubber insulation I added there is awesome because it's not metal on metal anymore. So that's great. I'll probably round off these corners to make it look a little better, and probably paint it black as well. Alright guys, there is the ECU back installed in the car. So now that I got that mount, I can go ahead and start looking at where am I gonna place the switch panel. The switch panel, I gotta put back the fuse box and start taking off stuff that I don't need. Alright, so I made this part a while back. This is where the double DIN radio used to be. I capped that off and I put a layer of carbon fiber on it. So this is where this is going to be where my my switch panel here, or as Emtron call it, keypad, is gonna sit right in the center there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start drilling some holes and get this thing installed. Alright, so this guy's done. That was pretty simple and straightforward. So on to the next. Alright guys, here I am doing the panel here, the gauge cluster. It doesn't look too pretty now, but it will get better. All that irregularities that you see on the resin, that's to be sanded down, and at the end it's gonna look smooth as glass. Same thing for the front there. So you know, it's a process. It's a lot of, you gotta do coats, sand it, coat, because I don't have a vacuum system, so this is pretty much laid carbon fiber by hand, which, you know, takes a few man hours, but the end result is pretty nice, as you saw the previous part. I just gotta keep working at it. I'm gonna show you the end result. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's looking a lot better now. Right after I sanded a little bit and did another coat, it's almost looking flat. I think with one more go, it'll be ready to go. The front I just sanded down, but it's looking pretty flat. With one more coat on the front, it's 100% done too. Alright guys, so this is it for the dash. Well, the cluster really, not the dash. So that's this is it modified with the screen hooked up to it. I didn't tie it down because, you know, it'll probably have to come back out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. And then I got the other stuff, hold on a minute, there. So I also have this guy, it's pretty much installed as well, you saw that. And then I got a bunch of sensors in the mail that I'm gonna have to show you next. Alright, so what we have here is the ethanol content sensor with a plug, IET sensor, because we don't run the MAF anymore, with this plug. This is a pretty cool sensor. This is coolant pressure and coolant temp all in one. So that one's going to the radiator, and then over here we have the oil pressure with this plug and the fuel pressure with this plug. So, and then I also got this guy over here, which is an adapter for these, because I'm running 8 AN lines and this is too small, so it's pretty much an adapter. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to install, so I'm gonna see if I can install some of these right now just to have them on the car ready to go. Alright guys, so just a quick recap before we end this video. Everything that we're gonna do to this car from this point forward. So as you can see, we got all the Emtron stuff. We're gonna do standalone ECU, but we're also gonna get rid of the direct injection system from the car. So we're gonna delete the fuel pump, all the direct injectors that go down there. So you can see here, this is fuel pump delete I got going on there. The injectors are gonna be deleted with this right here, which I'm having made right now out of stainless. This looks like the injector. They're gonna plug into the hole, held down by 2 bolts, and that's gonna cap those over there. What else? So we're running just 4 injectors on the rail here, as you would with your port injection. Big boys though, they're gonna be 2600 cc injectors. And then I got 2 pumps in the tank over there, and that should suffice the fuel system. Now, electrical wise, we're getting rid of the stock ECU and everything else that comes with it. So the whole split second controller that we used to be for the port injection, that's all going away. The watt box is also going away. No more cab access port. All that gets rid of. So this ECU is going to be able to control everything 100%. And we're also not using the factory cluster anymore. We got that digital display which communicate with the ECU by CAN bus. So that's awesome. Same thing with the switch panel that I showed you. So pretty much the whole car is gonna be run on that. Now the only stuff that we're gonna keep are probably gonna be stuff that is not related to the ECU, like the headlights, the power steering, little stuff like that. Maybe the window control from the front, because I'm gonna keep my driver and passenger windows electric steel, so they're gonna be able to go up and down. The rest is gonna be fixed in place. What else? So yeah, that's why you saw me get all those sensors, because I'm gonna need those now. Unlike before, we didn't need any of that. And the whole idea here is to make everything simple, right? If I can run everything on 4 wires, better. It's just so much better. And yeah, so getting rid of unnecessary crap that we don't need. What else? I think that's it. I think that's pretty much all caught up. Now, what you're gonna see on the next video, I should have all my AN lines and hoses here next week. We'll see. They're on their way. They're on their way, so it should be sometime this week that should get to me. So you're probably gonna see a video on that the week after that. It's probably gonna take me a week to get all this stuff plumbed up. So in the meantime, I'm gonna keep working on this wiring. I got pretty much everything figured out on the Emtron, where all the wires gotta go, all my sensors where they gotta plug into. Now I gotta tear apart the stock harness and take everything I don't need out of it, and then just leave the stuff that I mentioned, headlights, this and that. Get everything from the fuse box that I don't need out, and then figure out some of the switch on cables, all that, to connect it to the Emtron ECU. So yeah, I still gotta figure that stuff out, but I'm working at it. I'm pretty much got it covered. So I'm not gonna show that. That's just maybe a little bit of it, but not all of it. And then hopefully after that is all installed, we can go ahead and crank this engine on. If it turns on, awesome. And then we can move on to have it rolling, which to be able to roll this, the front is pretty much 100% done. I just gotta put the wheels on. I don't got tires. That's what's holding me up. Those 315 tires are not cheap, especially if you do drag radius like I'm gonna do here up front. They're not cheap at all. Even if you do a cheaper brand in the rear, they still come in at about $350 a tire. So that's easy, $1,200 or more on 4 tires. So I'm gonna wait on that. And then the rear, I got plans for the rear. I'm gonna change it again. I'm not happy the way it came out. But anyway, that's gonna wrap it up here. We're almost there. I think 1 more month and we'll be driving this thing out on the road. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.